Asking someone's name may be important. However, I often find that asking them one other question about themselves helps me remember their name easier. So let's talk about it. Welcome back to another episode of Charm School, where I, Charm, share various tips and tricks that I have cultivated over the years when it comes to fostering community, building better relationships, and what I'm going to call elevating your sense of allure. So if you go back 2 TikToks prior, I talk about my personal definition, but today I want to talk about a major issue that a lot of us have when it comes to networking, friendships, social life, etc. That's remembering people's names. So if you're like me, you run in a lot of social circles, or you have a big old family, big friend group that also come from big families and friend groups. Maybe for work, you have a lot of people that you encounter on a somewhat regular basis. This can be really tricky because when our little databases fill up, you try to remember some people's names if it's been a couple weeks or months and you just draw a blank. But I have a quick little tip, or question rather, that I'm going to share with you. I do give myself one free pass for forgetting people's names because, we're all human, allegedly. However, I always find it easier to remember their name if I can tie that person, that individual, with either an object, a location, or like an instance, like a little memory interaction happening. And sometimes that interaction is when I go, I am so sorry, please remind me of your name again. Depending on how unique or funny our interaction is afterward, sometimes that reintroduction just sticks in your brain. A lot of times it doesn't. So I oftentimes, I'm saying time a lot, but I really try, if there's not a really long line behind me or a bunch of people, that like need one of us, to ask them a question about maybe something they're wearing or a cool tattoo they have, their piercings, their hair color. Clothing is great because if they have like a band shirt or like a movie or TV show or some sort of inside joke or subcultural thing that you get, if you can zero in on that and just ask them one simple question about it, just taking that time out of a general mundane interaction that I think for most of us, our brain goes on autopilot. When it's not just the typical, oh my God, your name is this, I'm this, thank you. When it zeroes in on, oh, what's that? We just pay attention just a wee bit more. And I find from that point on, I will most likely remember their name, whether that's a first time introduction, I can get that question in, or the reintroduction. And again, if I don't have one of those questions, a lot of the time, if we have a humorous, if they're really cool about me forgetting their name the first time, that second time is what sticks, and you'll never forget. But always ask. Excuse me.